It's 10 below. Feels like spring, eh?
Canadians are a hardy people. They run across continents on one leg, smash each other into plexiglass for fun, and have a 4,000-mile undefended border with the world's most trigger-happy country. But the toughest Canadian we've met lately wasn't Gordie Howe or wearing a red tunic. She's a 72-year-old grandma from Toronto.
How are you? I am good, thank you. How are you? How are you? So what? Good morning! Good morning, good morning.
Ann Fowler spends half the year in Honduras, the murder capital of the world, running health and education programs for kids in some of the most needy villages. But she's not worried.
Do we have crime? Of course we have crime. Do we have murders? Yes, we have murders. They have murders in Toronto. They have murders in New York. I've never felt afraid, ever.
What brought her to Honduras is something she still actively supports today: medical brigades to perform otherwise impossible procedures for vulnerable populations.
My family doctor, Jim Rogerson, who's from Toronto, he was medical director of a medical brigade, and he said to me one day, he says, "Annie, why don't you come with us? It's like going to a poor summer camp. It's great." And so I said, okay. So I went, and I was hooked.
Not that everything went smoothly on that first trip to Honduras. She almost didn't make it out of the Toronto airport.
So the whole team got on the plane, and I guess there's so many people, they didn't notice I wasn't with them. And the plane took off. You know, I looked up, on 15 minutes, what time are we leaving? Well, they've left. And I'm thinking, what?
Having lost her team and missed her flight, she wasn't in the best situation when she eventually arrived in Honduras.
Now you gotta realize, I've never been to Honduras. I speak not one word of Spanish. So I land in the airport in San Pedro Sula. My luggage is all gone through with everybody else. I don't have any phone numbers, records, nothing with me.
It was 3 days before Ann finally made it up to the remote mountain location to join the medical team. She spent those 3 days in the town of El Progreso, which she immediately fell in love with. So despite that inauspicious beginning, she returned again and again in the following years, even during the devastation of Hurricane Mitch, which killed over 10,000 Hondurans in 1998.
I ended up flying in by a military plane into the air base in El Progreso. I'm in the middle of nowhere, in the dark, I don't know where I am. And of course, most of the team didn't even make it down because the airport was closed. There was water 14 feet deep. That was in October, and I was supposed to stay for 2 weeks at language school, 2 weeks on brigade. I ended up staying till Christmas.
After retiring in 2000, Ann committed to spending half of every year in Honduras. She was determined to make a difference, but wasn't sure how.
I went to El Progreso, to the clinic there. It's an eye and dental clinic, which is run for the poor. And I had no idea what I was going to be doing, cleaning toilets, whatever. But I moved everything. I sold my house and moved down.
In lieu of cleaning toilets, Ann developed her Healthy Living program. These puppet skits teach children about dental health, safety, and HIV. She eventually settled in the town of El Porvenir on the north coast of Honduras, and with the help of a family inheritance, initiated important community projects there.
So I built the house so that I could house volunteers that would come to El Porvenir to help in the various projects. So that's basically how I got here, and they're going to carry me out feet first.
Ann's programs grew to meet the area's needs, from women's empowerment discussions to livelihood projects.
I'll show you some of the bee bags. It basically is supporting 2 Honduran families now. One woman actually sews the bags, and another one does the artwork.
Her core mission has remained education programs for children.
I think the children are the future of Honduras. The public education is awful. And so we try to raise the bar on that because they've got to do more. They've got to go to high school, and they've got to finish high school.
Ann expanded her programs for kids beyond the Healthy Living puppet skits and set up the Porvenir English program, or PEP.
I had thought for several years that learning English would be a good tool for the students here in Honduras, no matter where they are. But of course, The other thing that's happening is because the volunteers are here from all over the world and they're young people, we're going to see a lot of kids that are going to go beyond high school.
PEP has been a tremendous success, thanks in large part to its Honduran director, Iris Carranza.
She does everything. I mean, I could not possibly have accomplished what we have accomplished here without Iris. There just would be no way.
Iris creates the curriculum, trains the volunteers, enrolls the students, and arranges for the materials and classroom space for the PEP program to succeed.
She's just a wonderful person. If we had more people like Iris Carranza in Honduras, it would be in much better shape.
In early 2012, our nonprofit, ChangeStream Media, completed several projects to help Anne and Iris continue their amazing work. We filmed a Spanish language video to promote student enrollment in the free PEP English courses, and we made an English language video to recruit more foreign volunteers to teach. Anne's programs meet an important need in a way that is healthy for El Porvenir and life-changing for the volunteer dentists and teachers she works with. Anne's goal is to make Hamilton-Benest House a sustainable force for good in Honduras by naming Iris as the director and finding the funding that it will take to expand the programs beyond what Anne's savings allow.
There's going to come a time when I can't run around like I do now. And I'm hoping to be able to ultimately get some foundation sponsorship for Iris. I want to hire Iris as director of Hamilton-Benest House to run all the programs. I mean, she does it now anyhow.
Anne and Iris need your help to keep their important programs running. Whether you collect school supplies in your classroom, teach in Honduras, or write grant applications, we encourage you to be a part of this inspiring story.
How many have we got for extraction service?
Okay, coloquen en fila, por favor, quienes van